Hello students, good morning to all of you. In last lecture, we studied various preparation methods of aldehydes and ketones. Today, we are going to study the next article, that is preparation of carboxylic acids. So let's study various preparation methods of carboxylic acids. So the first method is from nitriles and amides. Carboxylic acid, they can be prepared from nitriles and amides. So alkyl nitrile, or it is also called as alkyl cyanide, it on acid hydrolysis, it produces amides. So amide further on acid hydrolysis, it produces corresponding carboxylic acid. I am going to repeat once again. Alkyl nitrile or alkyl cyanide on acid hydrolysis, it produces amides, and amide it on acid hydrolysis, it produces carboxylic acids. So let's study the general reaction. Alkyl nitrile, that is RC triple bond N, it is acid hydrolysis, then it produces amide, and amide it on acid hydrolysis, it produces carboxylic acid, that is RCOOH, and here the byproduct form, it is NH3. So this reaction also can be written in this way also. RC triple bond N plus twice of H2O plus dilute HCl, after heating the reaction mixture, it gets converted into corresponding carboxylic acid, and the byproduct form, it is the NH4Cl. Then the next method is from acyl chloride or anhydride. Preparation of carboxylic acid from acid or acyl chloride and anhydride. So acid or acyl chloride, it on reacting with water, it produces carboxylic acid. So this particular method, it is useful to prepare both aliphatic carboxylic acid as well as aromatic carboxylic acids. So in this reaction, HCl is formed. HCl is formed as a byproduct, and this HCl, it is removed by using pyridine or NaOH. So to remove HCl, which is generated in this reaction, here NaOH or pyridine is used. Let's represent the general reaction. Acid chloride, that is RC double bond OCl, it on reacting with water, it produces carboxylic acid, that is RCOOH, and the byproduct form, it is the HCl. Take one example. So one of the member of acyl chloride, we are going to taken here, it is the benzoyl chloride. So this is the structural formula of benzyl chloride. Benzyl chloride on reacting with water, it produces carboxylic acid, and that carboxylic acid, it is the benzoic acid, along with the formation of HCl. Then let's study the preparation of carboxylic acid from acid anhydride. So acid anhydride, it reacts with water, and reaction is carried out in presence of mineral acid. Then it produces carboxylic acid. So this is the general representation of acid anhydride. So acid anhydride on reacting with water, it produces carboxylic acid. Then take one example. So we are taking here acetic anhydride. So acetic anhydride, it on reacting with water. So here this H2O, it is the H and OH. So here to this side H it is gets attached, that is CH3COOH, and to this side CH3C double bond O, OH is attached. So here twice of CH3C double bond O, OH, that is carboxylic acid, and that carboxylic acid, it is the acetic acid is formed. So acetic anhydride on reacting with water, it produces acetic acid. Then the next preparation method is from esters. Next preparation method is from esters. So from ester, carboxylic acid, it can be prepared by two different methods. First one, it is acid hydrolysis of ester, and second one is alkaline hydrolysis of ester. So let's study the first one, that is acid hydrolysis of ester. So when ester is heated, when ester, that is having the general formula RC double bond O, OR dash, or R here. When ester is heated with mineral acid like dilute HCl or dilute H2SO4, it undergoes hydrolysis. Ester undergoes hydrolysis and it produces corresponding carboxylic acid. Take one example here. Here we are taking the ester, and that ester, it is the ethyl benzoate. So name of this ester is ethyl benzoate. So ethyl benzoate, when it is hydrolyzed by using dilute H2SO4, this ethyl benzoate, it undergoes hydrolysis and it produces carboxylic acid, and that carboxylic acid, it is the benzoic acid. So here the byproduct form is ethyl alcohol, that is C2H5OH. Then next one, it is the alkaline hydrolysis of ester. So when ester is heated, this is ester. So when ester is heated with dilute alkali like NaOH or KOH, ester on heating with dilute alkali like NaOH or KOH, it gives water soluble sodium or potassium salt of acid, that is carboxylate. So in the first step, ester on heating with dilute alkali like NaOH or KOH, it produces water soluble sodium or potassium salt of acid here. So this water soluble sodium or potassium salt of acid, it on acidification with concentrated HCl, it undergoes hydrolysis and it produces acetic acid or carboxylic acid. Let's study one example. So here ester taken, it is the phenylpropanoate. Name of this ester is phenylpropanoate. Phenylpropanoate. So phenylpropanoate, it is heated with dilute alkali like NaOH, then it produces sodium propanoate, and the byproduct form, it is the phenol. So this sodium propanoate, It on acidification with concentrated HCl, it undergoes hydrolysis and it produces acetic acid. So, sodium or potassium salt of higher fatty acid is known as soaps. This is the sodium salt, sodium or potassium salt of acid. So, soaps are defined as sodium or potassium salt of higher fatty acids. In the examination, question may be asked, define soaps. At that time, we have to write its definition. Sodium or potassium salt of higher fatty acids is known as soaps. Then, soaps are prepared by a process, and that process it is the saffronification. So, soaps are prepared by a process. That process it is the saffronification. So saffronification it is nothing but alkaline hydrolysis of ester. It is known as saffronification. So you please remember these two definitions. Definition of soap, it is sodium or potassium salt of higher fatty acid. It is called as soaps. And saffronification is defined as alkaline hydrolysis of ester. Alkaline hydrolysis of ester is called as saffronification. Then let's study the next preparation method, and that method is from alkyl benzene. So the next preparation method is from alkyl benzene. So here we are going to prepare carboxylic acid from alkyl benzene. So alkyl benzene, this is the alkyl benzene, alkyl group attached to the benzene. So in this preparation method, alkyl benzene is reacted with strong oxidizing agent like acidic KMnO4 or alkaline KMnO4 or chromic acid or dilute nitric acid. Then it produces aromatic carboxylic acid. It produces aromatic carboxylic acid. I am going to repeat once again. We are studying the preparation method of carboxylic acid from alkyl benzene. So alkyl benzene is reacted with strong oxidizing agent like alkaline or acidic KMnO4 or chromic acid or dilute HNO3, and finally it produces aromatic carboxylic acid. So in this reaction, entire side chain of alkyl group, so here the side chain it is the CH3 alkyl group. So entire side chain of alkyl group irrespective of length is oxidized to COOH group. So this alkyl group irrespective of length it is oxidized to COOH group. So here primary and secondary alcohol groups are oxidized in this way, but tertiary alkyl group it is not affected because it has no benzylic hydrogen. Remember that only primary and secondary alkyl groups are converted into COOH, but tertiary alkyl group it does not get affected as it has no benzylic hydrogen here. Then take one example. So toluene on heating with alkaline KMnO4 and KOH, in the first step it produces potassium benzoate. So here potassium benzoate it on acid hydrolysis it is gets converted into corresponding aromatic acid, and that aromatic acid is benzoic acid. Then The next method is from alkenes. So alkene on oxidation by KMnO4 in dilute H2SO4, it produces corresponding carboxylic acid. Alkene on oxidation by KMnO4 in dilute H2SO4, it produces carboxylic acid. That means in this method we have to carry out oxidation of this alkene. Let's take one example. So here we are taking one alkene and that alkene is phenylethene. So two carbon atoms are present, that's why parent alkene is ethene, and to this carbon side chain is attached, that is phenyl. So name of this compound is phenylethene. So phenylethene on reacting with or on oxidation by KMnO4 in dilute H2SO4, it produces acid, and that acid, it is the benzoic acid. Then take one another example. So here we are taking the alkene and that alkene is cyclohexene. So this is the structural formula of cyclohexene. So cyclohexene on oxidation by KMnO4 and dilute H2SO4, it produces acid, and that acid, it is the adipic acid. So this adipic acid, it is used to prepare polymers. Then the next method is the preparation of carboxylic acid from Grignard reagent, or this method it is also called as preparation of carboxylic acid from dry ice, that is solid carbon dioxide. So when solution of Grignard reagent, I am going to explain this reaction. When solution of Grignard reagent, it is added to dry ice, or this is the solid carbon dioxide. When solution of Grignard reagent is added to dry ice or solid carbon dioxide, it produces first of all magnesium salt of carboxylic acid, that is magnesium complex, and it on acid hydrolysis gives corresponding carboxylic acids. In this way, carboxylic acids, they can be prepared by carrying out the reaction between Grignard reagent and dry ice or solid carbon dioxide. Take one example. So this is dry ice, and we are reacting this dry ice or solid carbon dioxide with Grignard reagent, and the Grignard reagent taken, it is the methyl magnesium iodide. We studied the definition of Grignard reagent. Grignard reagents are nothing but alkyl magnesium halide. So here Grignard reagent, it is the methyl magnesium iodide. So methyl magnesium iodide on reacting with dry ice in presence of dry ether, it produces magnesium complex, and it on acid hydrolysis gives acetic acid. So here we finished the preparation methods of carboxylic acid. After studying the preparation methods, now we are going to study the physical properties of aldehydes, ketones and carboxylic acids. So let's study the physical properties. Under physical properties, first of all, we are going to study the nature of intermolecular forces. So in aldehydes and ketones or carboxylic acid, carbonyl group is present. Carbonyl group, that is C double bond O, it is present, and this carbonyl group is polar. So this carbonyl group, it is polar. Why it is polar? because electronegativity of this oxygen, it is higher than this carbon. Electronegativity means tendency to attract the shared pair of electron towards itself. So electronegativity of this oxygen atom is higher than this carbon atom. That's why oxygen it pulls the electrons strongly towards itself. Electronegativity of oxygen, it is more than carbon. That's why this oxygen, it pulls shared pair of electron towards itself and thus acquires partial negative charge. And here the carbon, it gets partial positive charge. Thus the carbonyl group, it is polar. Here oxygen atom, it having a partial negative charge and carbon having a partial positive charge. So as a result, these compounds, that is carbonyl compounds, contains dipole-dipole force of attraction. So these molecules, they orient in such a way that to have oppositely polarized atoms facing each other. These molecules orient in such a way that to have oppositely polarized atoms facing each other. So here this is oxygen, this oxygen having a small negative charge, and here this is another molecule of compound, and that having here the carbon atom, and that carbon atom it having a partial positive charge. In this way the molecules are oriented. Here there is a partial positive charge, and in another molecule here there is a partial negative charge. Thus molecules are oriented in this way. So in carboxylic acid, carboxyl group is present, and that carboxyl group, it contains OH. It contains OH bond, and this OH bond, it is responsible for hydrogen bonding. Carboxylic acid, it contains carboxyl group, and that carboxyl group, this is the carboxyl group, and this carboxyl group, it contains hydroxyl group or hydroxyl bond, and it is responsible for the hydrogen bonding. So let's consider one example, that is dimer of acetic acid. So two molecules of acetic acid, they are held by two hydrogen bond. This is one molecule of acetic acid, this is another molecule of acetic acid. So these two molecules, they are held by two hydrogen bonds. Here there is the first hydrogen bond, it is represented by dotted lines, and here there is another hydrogen bond. Thus this hydroxyl group, it is responsible for the hydrogen bonding. Then let's study the next article, and that article is physical state. That article is physical state and boiling point of aldehydes and ketones. Under the article physical properties, next article is physical states and boiling points of aldehydes and ketones. First of all, let's study physical states. So the first member of aldehyde family is formaldehyde. formaldehyde, that is SCHO. So this formaldehyde, it is gaseous substance. It is a gaseous substance. So this is the state of formaldehyde, and it having irritating odor Then the next member of aldehyde family is acetaldehyde. Acetaldehyde, that is CH3CHO. So this acetaldehyde and next 10 members of aldehydes, they are colorless and volatile liquids. They are colorless and volatile liquids. So the first member, that is formaldehyde, it is the gaseous substance, it having irritating odor. Then next member, that is acetaldehyde, or next 10 members, they are colorless and volatile liquids. So as the size of molecule increases, then order of aldehyde, it becomes less pungent and more fragrant. Thus, higher aldehydes, they having a pleasant odor. I am going to repeat once again. As the size of molecule increases, then order, it becomes less pungent. Here, order of first members are irritating or pungent odor, but as the size of molecule increases, then order becomes less pungent and more fragrant. That's why higher aldehydes having a pleasant odor. So ketones up to C11, that is ketones containing 11 carbon atoms. So ketones up to C11, they are colorless. Then they are volatile liquids. They are colorless, they are volatile liquids. So the first member of ketone is acetone. First member, it is the acetone, and this acetone, it having a pleasant odor. Acetone having a pleasant odor. But most of higher ketones have again pungent odor. So thus, in today's lecture, we studied various preparation methods of carboxylic acids. After that, we just studied to learn the physical properties of aldehydes, ketones and carboxylic acid. In physical properties, first of all, we studied about the nature of intermolecular forces, then physical states and boiling points of aldehydes and ketones. Here we will stop here. Thank you.